Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you very much.
The High Commissioner of South Africa, Mr. Obed Mlaba, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, friends, global South Africans, welcome to South Africa House, the South Africa High Commission. It's now my pleasure to call on the High Commissioner to say a few words of welcome to our guest of honor, the Deputy President.
I welcome our Deputy President, Comrade Kgalema Motlanthe, and his delegation and the guests to the High Commission in the UK. We're looking forward to a vibrant interaction with our Deputy President as he shares South Africa's good story since the dawn of our democracy. We are delighted to once again introduce you, Deputy President, as our special guest, to our friends, to our people from South Africa, away from South Africa. The Deputy President, as we all know, spent a decade incarcerated on the Robben Island for daring to oppose the apartheid regime.
I arrived on Robben Island at a different time. We had in our group the current Minister of Correctional Services, so we didn't have to access it through these very creative methods that Sunny and the other prisoners had to go through. We went to Robben Island already in possession of a copy of the complete works. My favorite poem is, or excerpt, it's not from the complete works of Shakespeare, it's from a book written by Chris Sell entitled "We Are Building a New School." And in it there's a poem written by a young Mozambican named Raphael. And in one paragraph, it's a very simple poem, and he says, "We want today to be men of tomorrow. We don't want tomorrow to be where we are today." That's my favorite poem. Thank you.
I wonder if you could share with us a little of your impressions of the conference, your thoughts, and what your key message was.
Earlier session on the history was very illuminating because the people like Professor Colin Bundy very lucidly illustrated how the past is ever present in the present, and however how we should always remember that the present always bears the birthmarks of the past, and so the history of what happened under colonialism, the Native Land Act, all these major events and landmarks should be taken into account when we try to understand these 20 years of our fledgling democracy. The essence of my own message was that the past we inherit, but the future we create, and that it is important to revert back into our history, to draw necessary lessons on what to avoid, how to build the foundation for tomorrow. That was the essence of my message. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So perhaps you could share with us how you see that future unfolding, and perhaps share with us the kind of long view of the process that is taking place in South Africa.
I will continue working as a coordinator of political education for the movement because it's very important to invest in training of our young members to ensure that the organization does not lose its defining characteristic as a tool for the liberation and advancement of the cause of our people. That's one role that I'm going to play. I also would continue the work of the mobilization of ophthalmologists to deal with issues of blindness, because from the work that we've been doing within the South African National AIDS Council, it's very clear that there's a link between HIV and blindness, there's a link between sugar diabetes and blindness, and I feel this, that's an area in which I can play a role. The other area that I would like to get involved in is interacting and mobilizing, working with cultural activists, because I think if our story is to be told, we need to lend support to cultural activists. If we are to achieve national cohesion, we need the issues that define who we are to be researched and distilled and placed in the agenda for national discourse in order to get our people to appreciate the fact that the South African nation is made up of the peoples of the world, because over the ages, many people from all parts of the world have come to settle in South Africa, and they are today part and parcel of the South African nation. And so, as we normally say that we want to unite all of our people in our diversity, because there's richness in that diversity. And so we want to, and I think it's through cultural work that the sense of South Africanness can best be defined. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's a very exciting message to hear about the cultural activism, which is, I think, close to a lot of people's hearts here tonight. Yes, of course.
Yes.